in, we're about to begin. In debates over this topic, we're seeing an influx. So instead of wasting time, let's get right down to the crux. Now traditionally, we've all been taught for many years that this planet Earth that we're living on is just a sphere. The panelists to my right will attempt to prove that, while the panelists to my left will try to prove that it's flat. Okay, you first. Well, anyone with common sense would know that in actuality, the Earth could only be a globe. This theory of a flat planet is just a fabrication. There's years of documented ship circumnavigation. You liars came along and eliminated the truth. The ancient scholars have all demonstrated the proof. We have days, nights, time zones that happen as we spun, verifying that we're absolutely circling the sun. We're not circling the sun. The sun's above us, they lied. Day and night is a result of it moving from side to side. The principles of how are not hard to uncover. When it's shining on one side, there's darkness on the other. The sun's 93 million miles away. No, it's not. It's closer and smaller than what they taught you, and not as hot. No revolving in an upward direction we propel. The sun sits over the flat earth and the moon does as well. What the hell? You're speaking so miscellaneously. Where's the evidence to back the way that you claim it to be? So I need you to explain this to me. If the sun's above a flat earth, we should all see it simultaneously. Okay. Next question, you can both issue your case. If the earth is flat, explain the globe pictures from space. There's satellites that take shots and photos are captured. Those are fake computer-generated images from NASA. They've lied on many things for the illusion of advancing. And please don't even get me started on that moon landing. The pictures keep changing, so it's obvious they did it. If you research their documents about it, they'll admit it. They've covered up the truth for years, believe it or not. It's all just a fake government-engineered plot. Well, I have a question, since NASA is our space station. Its locations in the U.S., what about the other nations? See, many countries have space programs that excel, and they all have pictures of a globe Earth as well. You're failing to see this thing as a collective endeavor, cause you don't believe that other countries conspire together. If the Earth is flat, couldn't you go to the edge and fall? No, sir, the edge is blocked by the Antarctica wall. There's a block of ice surrounding the planet, totally froze, and this is the barrier that keeps everything enclosed. The governments of the world know, all of them are in it, and it's strange how that part of the planet is off limits. Alright, back to the globe guy, present your next claim. Yes sir, I've seen the curvature of Earth while on a plane. It's the same with an astronaut. No, with all due respect, that curve you think you see is called the fishbowl effect. That window was probably convex and round too, so naturally the surface seems curved when you look through. And another thing that I would like to easily disprove, if the Earth is spinning so fast, why don't we feel it move? Well, I'm not surprised that that's the point that you'd rationalize, and not take into account the Earth is massive in size and moving at a steady rate of speed that stays the same, so the movement isn't felt unless the miles per hour change. That's insane. We'd fly off of the planet spinning around, and please don't try to say that the gravity keeps us down. Gravity's a non-existent force that can't be grasped clearly. The physiological function of it is only theory, so the concept is a lie. There's no pull on the tides. We live on the top, there's no one on the bottom or the side. There's a question upon which I'd like my counterpart to expound. How come just the Earth is flat and the other planets are round? Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, Venus, even the Sun, cause the telescope can clearly show the shape of each one. Please explain the traveling over horizons by ships and the curved shadow on the moon in a lunar eclipse. Yo, one question at a time, bro. You hogging the mic. Flat Earth guy, the floor is yours. Take as long as you like. Well, your horizon question, I'll answer it in an instant. The ship's disappearance is all a matter of distance. And as for the lunar eclipse, it's an easy battle. The circular form of the moon dictates the shadow. So no matter what the shape of the object that's hovering, its shadow takes the form of the object it's covering. And as for other planets being round, that's a no-go. What you see in your telescope is different from the NASA photo. Okay, that's it. It's over. No more time left to debate this. We're glad that both of you were able to present your cases. So let me give my point of view before we close out. Flatter globe is more important things in life to worry about. Man.
There is a crisis in cosmology. Usually in science, if we're off by a factor of 2 or a factor of 10, we call that horrible. We say something's wrong with the theory. We're off by a factor of 10. However, in cosmology, we're off by a factor of 10 to the 120. That is 1 with 120 zeros after it. This is the largest mismatch between theory and experiment in the history of science.
Been lied to by textbooks, and that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, you know, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. Right. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. You've been lied to by textbooks.
Question is, through your career and your writing and your acting, you've inspired so many people to enter the sciences. How do you balance science with science fiction?
Well, they're both the same. Science and science fiction are essentially the same.
Thank you very much.
Why are you sitting in your chair today? Does gravity pull you to the floor? No. There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you.
First of all, we are born scientists. When we're born, we wonder what's out there. We begin to wonder about the sun, life, the stars, what makes the oceans, the weather. We're born scientists. And then something happens. When we hit the danger years of junior high school and high school, that's when it's literally crushed out of us.
Those are the worst.
Every little flower of curiosity, said Einstein, is crushed by society itself. Because we have to learn all these facts, figures, memorization, we think that memorization is science. And that's not true at all.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
I don't believe the papers. I don't believe the news, 'cause all that they serve you are opinionated views. I don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. And I don't need no programming telling me what to buy, but I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free.